Hey, what's up, everybody? So today we're going to walk through creating functions for the floor maze. Okay, functions are like custom blocks that we get to create. And have you noticed like how much repetition there is in this project, right? Like every time you want to move forward, you need 3 blocks. Every time you want to turn, you need like 4 blocks. And the code gets really long really quick, and it's just like a lot of the same thing. And that's where functions really come in handy. We get to create our own blocks to be able to make things work. So here I am. I'm in my new program called Floor Maze Functions. I've already added the McQueen extension. And if you don't know how to do that, take a look in the Floor Maze slideshow. I'm going to have this Floor Maze slideshow up because I really want to be able to reference these 2 slides, go straight and turn right and left. That's what we're going to work on today. And we're going to create this. So in order to get to functions, we first need to click on Advanced. Now we see right at the top, Functions. When we click on Functions, similar to variables, we need to make a function. So this comes up, and we're going to work on turn right and turn left to begin with. So we're going to call this the turn left function, and I'm going to click done. So now I've created this block. We can add things to this block to create our custom turn left block. If we go back to functions, we actually see a block now that says call turn left, and that's going to be the custom block we're creating. So in order to turn left, again, we can look at the slideshow, turn left. We need to set the right motor to rotate forward and the left motor to stop. So the right motor is going to turn forward. The left motor is going to stop. And then we need to delay. So look at think about your code. Think about what you've been using to make your turns correct. I'm going to add 625 in here. Okay, but again, the number might be different for you. After that's done, we are going to set all motors to stop. And actually, we're going to build in a little bit of a pause before our next step. So we're going to add, yet again, one more pause that's equal to 200 milliseconds. So this is the pause that controls how far we turn. This is just a pause to allow our robot to stop rolling before we move into the next step. Okay, so now we need, let me build initialize via I2C on a button pressed. Okay, so now in order to use this function, right, we've created this set of instructions, but in order to use it, we go to functions and we say call left turn. Whenever we use this call left turn block, a custom block, it's going to jump down to this left turn function and it's going to execute or do all of these steps before it moves on to the next step up here. So now we're going to create a right turn function, okay, or turn right. So functions, make a function, turn right. So here, again, this is a lot of the same except different wheels, right? Here, the left wheel needs to turn. The right wheel needs to stop. The pause is most likely going to be the same. All motors are going to stop after that. And then again, we're going to give ourselves a little bit of time before the next step and pause an extra 200 milliseconds. So again, now when we go to functions, every time I want to turn right in my maze, I need to grab the call turn right block. Okay? So now we move on to move forward. Now move forward is kind of different than right and left. Right and left is more or less the same throughout, right? We get that 90 degrees and every single time we're trying to turn 90 degrees. But to go straight, we need different lengths of straight to be able to go. So if we go to functions, we're going to make a function. We're going to call this go straight. And then we're going to add a number to it. So up here it says number. Okay, we're going to name this number milliseconds, MS. I'm going to click done. So now you'll notice that MS is this little red box. And I wonder if, no, It's basically a variable. In order to get millisecond variables, we're going to pull them out of here, okay, which I don't need any yet. But, so for this, to go straight, and again, we can look at floor maze, go straight, all motors go forward. We pause for a particular amount of time, which changes, and then all motors stop. So we're going to say all motors go forward. We are going to pause, and instead of putting a specific number in here, we're going to grab this MS box and we're going to drag it into here. Okay? When I come to functions and I grab my go straight function, which is going to go up into here, now I can say, hey, I want you to go straight for 1,000 milliseconds, or I want you to go straight for 500 milliseconds, or I want you to go straight for 2,500 milliseconds. Right? You're getting the idea, hopefully, right? Now we'll go straight for 2.5 seconds once we tell it to stop. So down here, we're going to set all motors to stop. We're also going to pause to allow our robot to fully stop before moving on. Now we have our 3 functions, okay? Turn right, turn left, go straight. And again, our go straight is custom. So let's work on the maze a little bit. So first we need to go forward. Again, how much time do you go forward? My first step was 800, okay? Then I needed to turn right. So I'm going to grab turn right, and I'm going to add that in there. And then I now need to go straight again, and I think my second go straight was 600 milliseconds. And then I'm going to turn right again. Okay. Now, instead of having to reproduce these chunks of code over and over and over again, when we call go straight 800, we say go straight. 800 fills in the milliseconds, so all motors rotate forward. We pause for 800 milliseconds, and then motor stop. We wait for a moment, and then we turn right. So when we turn right, a left motor goes forward, a right motor stops. We turn right for a specific amount of time that you can edit, and then all motors stop. Lastly, we go straight again and then turn right, okay? So now, again, we can create our whole maze code in here using our custom blocks. And again, we find our custom blocks in functions. So to wrap things up here, functions are really, really great at when we need to repeat a chunk of code multiple times, but not in a specific order. All right, so things kind of change. We can create our own functions and drop them in when we want them. Okay, so I hope that helps. Let me know if you have any questions, and we'll see how the maze goes for you today. Okay.